Mr. Ryan Tannehill, quarterback of the Tennessee Titans, and the newest quarterback of the Tennessee Titans, Malik Willis. Tannehill said in a press conference that he's not here to mentor him. He's not here to show him the ropes. He got to figure that shit out on his own. Not in them exact words, but that's might as well as you. He should have might as well said it
It
that
might have
way.
been. It might have been his exact words, and maybe the papers and what they wrote about him, they chilled it down for us. Maybe those weren't his
Like,
exact words.
what you asking me for? It's hard enough to be a quarterback as is. You think I'm gonna give you advice? Come on, boy, figure it out. I personally think, bro, this is crazy.
That
This
is terrible of
it's
Tannehill to do, man.
it's
Terrible.
crazy, but also I feel like Tannehill is threatened.
I was just about to say, I feel like that's probably a threat. He
Yeah,
feels threatened.
he feels threatened, and if I'm Malik Willis, I'm like, all right, bet. And then Kurt Warner came out today. He was like, hey, whoever needs some mentorship, holla at me. And who better to get mentorship from than Kurt Warner? You know, he didn't start out in the league, but when he got his chance, he produced. He even brought John's St. Louis people
Louis.
a
This is where
championship.
that's actually so his point. I agree with you. I'm more 60-40. I think he doesn't owe it to Malik Willis and all that stuff. There's 40% of me. It's like he doesn't owe it to him. Listen, this guy's seen a ton of quarterbacks come and go. Does he need to sit around and train every single one, especially when they're coming third, fourth, fifth, sixth round? Does it need to? They could drop this guy before preseason. You never know. So I agree with him in that sense. But there's also 6% that says like, all right, but that's a bad team. You know what I mean? Because I want to ask him, would you have liked someone to have helped you?
Right.
If not, then fine, right? Now looking back, he could probably just say, no, I don't care. I'll figure out my own. But, as a rookie, if he were honest, right, would he have liked someone to have mentored him? He would probably say yes. So just because it's just being a good person, it's a nice thing to do. But I think Kurt Warner's point actually proves Ryan Tannehill's point. Like Kurt Warner, he was talking about mentoring Eli Manning and stuff, and I'm like, right, and they benched you for that bum. Like, not bum, that's a wrong word. Why is that bum? That he was not the that's a horrible word.
He was. I'm about to say he ain't a bum, but I'm about to say
he was not the talent level of Kurt Warner.
I got you.
And they still replaced Kurt Warner. Like they dropped Kurt Warner. Listen, Kurt Warner was 5-4 with that terrible Giants team. They dropped him, brought in Eli, and Eli finished out the season 1-5, I believe. No, he finished 6-10. So 1-6. He finished 1-6, and they kept him. And instead of putting Kurt Warner out, so to that point, I think it actually proves Tannehill's point is like you mentored a guy who they replaced you just because of namesake and not because he was better than you. But it threatened. I don't think he's threatened so much by Malik Willis as so much like, is he done? Right? He might know that the writing's on the wall for him, right? Because if let's say they are 1-4, the Titans will bring in Malik Willis, and even if they go 0-11 for the rest of the season, 0-12, they don't care because, like, you know what? We're giving our guy time. We're letting him learn the ropes and blah, blah, blah. And then maybe we'll just get another quarterback next year, but we're not putting Tannehill back in because, we're going to trade him while he's still healthy. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he's threatened by Malik Willis as much as, like, maybe he just knows, like, there's not much left for him. We'll see. I mean, he lost two, like you said, he lost two big receivers. It could change a lot.
I mean, honestly, I just feel like I want to say it looks bad for Tannehill. Like I said, I agree with you. It does look kind of bad for Tannehill, but I mean, Malik Willis, I feel like what Kurt Warner what he just said. I mean, you have other resources, so you don't have to, I guess, just rely on Tannehill. So I mean, I'm sure that Malik, if he wants to study the game more, or whatever you want to say, he can. I'm pretty sure there's people in the NFL that he can ask other than Tannehill. Right. I mean, I just feel like I said, just, with Tannehill saying that, I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a competition thing. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep your job, and, them bringing in, a rookie quarterback, who is somewhat of a dual threat, I should say. So, I mean, like I said, I get it. You know, it's a competition thing. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep your job. And like John was saying, it could be, you know, his last year or two to prove to the Titans if, you know, hey, can he get the job done? Because clearly they put the team around him. They put a team around him, and Tannehill still hasn't been able to get the job done. Now, granted, you know, they had a few injuries last year. Of course, you know, the big one was Henry, you know what I'm saying, missing the majority of the year. So,
and they still won the AFC.
You're right, and they still won the AFC. So, I mean, maybe they're just trying to, you know, light a fire under Tannehill and maybe be like, hey, like, bro, like, we went to go draft this Malik, bro. We didn't give you a team in these last 2 to 3 years. So it's like, hey, we need somebody to get us over that hump. And, you know, maybe this, like I said, maybe this can light the fire under Tannehill to maybe get the Titans to the next level.
Yeah, and Nico's muted. And another thing with Malik, like this could just be like, let's say Tannehill does get hurt 3-4 games. Maybe they believe in Malik, right? Maybe he's that guy who can listen. We just need to win 1 or 2 or 3 of those. That way, when Tannehill comes back, we're still on track to go to make the playoffs, right? We don't want to go 0-4. And so maybe, you know, but in that case, if that's the case, right, he's brought in to just, you know, cover in case Tannehill's hurt or something like that. Then that's where I think Tannehill does kind of owe it to him to teach him. Because, listen, if you want this team to succeed and this guy's going to be your backup and you let's say you get hurt for a couple games, don't you want this guy to succeed? And I know if you're Alex Smith, you don't want Kaepernick come in and steal your job because you got hurt. But, you know, that could happen. I get that, too, if Malik Willis just comes out and throws 300 yards for 4 straight games and if he gets hurt. But you go to him. I think you do owe a little bit to him to help him, you know, if he asks. If he don't ask, then fine. You don't owe him nothing. But if he asks, I think you should help him.
Yeah, I
was
going
to say no. You could be like, nah, man. What the heck?